Hi, I'm John from Just Whiskey. If you like today's show, please click like and subscribe and consider becoming a Patreon with the link in the description below. And thank you so much for all you new subscribers that are coming on board. I really appreciate the support. And remember, no matter how good it is or how much it costs, it's just whiskey, folks. Today we're doing something a little different, having a little fun, and we're going to compare and talk a little bit about Jack Daniel's number 27 in this fancy gold box that opens up like that, and this is the fancy bottle that's inside. And against the traditional Jack Daniel's number 7. People that watch this show know I normally talk about Scotch. That's where my passion lies. I did start my journey off with bourbon and then gravitated towards Irish whiskeys and then to Scotch. I bought this Jack Daniel's number 27 in the fancy gold box about 3 years ago for the main reason that I was always intrigued and didn't know why more bourbon distillers, as far as I know anyway, didn't mature in maple. Usually it's American white oak. And in a previous life, I used to make my own maple syrup, and I love maple syrup, and I love even some of the maple flavored whiskeys. So that, in the fancy gold box saying, Jack Daniel's number 27 Gold is a double-barreled, double-mellowed Tennessee whiskey. It is extra matured in golden hue maple barrels and twice charcoal mellowed for luxurious hints of maple and an exceedingly smooth finish. So that's what intrigued me. I bought this bottle 3 years ago. I think I paid $105 for it. You can still find them. I don't know if they still make it, but you can still find them for in that price range, $100 to $120. Somewhere in that range. Whereas the traditional Jack Daniel's number 7, which I just have a small nip bottle right here, but a 750 milliliter bottle of that, as you know, you can buy anywhere for about $25. So the Jack Daniel's Gold is 4 times the price. Is it worth it? And is it as good? Is it 4 times better than the regular Jack Daniel's? Quick thing about Jack Daniel's, they burn sugar maple pallets 3 times a day for 3 days every week. Massive pallet fires, and they render that down to make their charcoal. The maple charcoal. So both of these are mellowed or filtered, gravity filtered, through a 10-foot column of charcoal hard sugar maple. The one here, the number 27, actually goes through that process 2 times. That's what they mean by double mellowed. Gentleman's Jack, they do the same thing. It goes through that gravity-fed charcoal filter, which takes days for the distillate to go through that 10-foot column of hard-packed maple charcoal. And so the Jack Daniel's regular number 7, they do that same process once with this, and with Gentleman's Jack, they do it twice. The Jack Daniel's number 7 are in heavily charred, I believe, white oak barrels, and this is in charred maple barrels. So that is the main reason why I bought it, and the main reason why this level has gone down is because it's my brother-in-law's favorite whiskey. That's all he drinks is Jack Daniels. So when he comes to visit once or twice a year, this is his bottle. So I haven't drank much of it. Again, I didn't buy it because I was a Jack Daniels fan. As a matter of fact, I'm really not. But I do appreciate all the work and effort that they go through their process to make it happen. Okay, having said all that, on the nose, the Jack Daniels number 27 maple barrel matured is not a bad nose. It's a more open nose than the regular Jack Daniels number 7. But they both, from my nose and palate, and in my opinion, the main thing I smell is acetone. But the number 27 does have a more inviting nose to it. On the palate, I mainly smell mellow acetone notes, which a lot of bourbons are like that. This is super smooth, super mellow, just like they say. It has a long, soft, lingering finish. And if I use my imagination, I can kind of tell that there's a slight, very slight maple texture, maple stickiness to it, a maple sensation. But by no means, either on the nose or the palate, do I get a dominant or a prominent maple flavor on my nose and palate, in my opinion. Compared to the number 7, again, the nose not as pronounced as this, but again, I mostly pick up bourbon acetone notes. And on the palate, it's definitely sharper, a slight bite, slight alcohol burn, and these are both at 40%, with a decent medium to long finish on it. The finish on the number 27 is a little bit longer, and it is more enjoyable in my opinion. But if I did these blind, I could probably tell a slight difference between the two. But in my opinion, there is not enough of a noticeable difference to justify paying 4 times the amount. So what I'd recommend, if no one's ever tried Jack Daniels and you want to try it, sure, spend $25 on a bottle, or grab a nip for $3, and you'll know everything you need to know about whether or not you like Jack Daniels or not. I've never tried mixing it with Coca-Cola or anything like that. Maybe that's where its strong point lies. As a sipper, underwhelmed and underimpressed especially from what the price I paid for this here. But for $25, you buy a bottle of Jack Daniels. Company comes over. It's a crowd pleaser. They can throw their ice in it, put it in Coca-Cola. Or, I mean, it certainly is sippable. It's smooth enough, and it's not bad. How would I rate these? Would I buy either again for myself? No. Having said that, I would give, again, from my palate, my taste, I'd give the Jack Daniels number 7. I'd rate that as an 80, and I would give the Jack Daniels number 27 an 81. They're really not in my wheelhouse, but as part of my journey, it's kind of a rite of passage in America. I mean, you have to try Jack Daniels. So I hope you like this, and hope I didn't insult anybody at all. That was certainly not my intention. But hope you liked it. Please subscribe, and again, remember, no matter how much it costs, how good it is, it's just whiskey, folks. So hats off to you all, and take care.